Are You Actually Quiet in Your Quiet Time? By Joseph Akinbola. Welcome to Are You Actually Quiet in Your Quiet Time? Written by Joseph Akinbola. This audiobook is designed to help you cultivate a deeper, more intimate connection with God through true stillness. Whether you're listening during your morning devotion, on your commute, or as part of your quiet reflection time, I invite you to journey with me as we rediscover the power of silence in God's presence. Now, let's begin with the introduction. Introduction. Are you actually quiet in your quiet time? Have you ever set aside time for God, only to find that your mind is anything but quiet? You wake up early, find a peaceful spot, open your Bible, and then suddenly your thoughts begin to wander. You start thinking about the errands you need to run, the messages you need to respond to, the things you forgot to do yesterday, or the things you need to do later. Before you know it, your quiet time has become filled with noise. Just not the kind that can be heard aloud. We often call it quiet time. But if we're honest, it's not always truly quiet. Our minds are restless. Our hearts are distracted. And sometimes, our connection with God feels distant. But is this what God intended when He said, "Be still and know that I am God"? True stillness is more than just sitting in silence. It is more than an empty pause in the middle of a busy day. Stillness is a posture of the heart. It is learning to quiet the noise so that we can hear the whisper of God. It is making space, not just for prayer, but for presence. It is a sacred moment, not just to speak, but to listen. This book is not just about setting aside time for devotion. It is about transforming that time. It is about shifting from a habit to a true encounter with God. It is about moving from routine to relationship and from discipline to desire. What you will learn in this audiobook. In the coming chapters, we will explore what it means to truly be still before God. We will learn how to make our quiet time not just something we do, but something we experience. Here's what you can expect from this journey: how to silence distractions and create a space for deep connection with God, how to recognize and hear God's voice in stillness, why our minds struggle with silence and how to overcome spiritual busyness, practical ways to make quiet time something you look forward to rather than something you rush through. By the end of this audiobook, my prayer is that your quiet time will no longer be a task, but a treasure. That stillness will no longer feel uncomfortable, but will become the place where your faith is strengthened, and that you will no longer struggle to hear God's voice, because you have learned how to truly listen. Call to action and next steps. If this resonates with you, I invite you to continue this journey. Each chapter will build upon the last, guiding you step by step into a deeper, more meaningful relationship with God. Now, let's begin with chapter 1. Defining quiet time. Is it really quiet?